Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time of the day it is that you're watching this. My name is Clarissa Young and I'm your Fab Motivator. That's F-A-B. I help other women find a self balance when it comes to health, wellness, and prosperity. I'd like to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for liking, for commenting, for sharing my videos and joining me along my journey. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I am super excited to be here with you today. Today is our Monday chat with Rissa, and I am super excited to be here with you today. I have a topic for us on this beautiful International Women's Day, celebrating us on this day. Happy Women's Day, right? But I have a topic for us today. Obesity is heavier than the scale. Obesity is heavier than the scale. I'm going to go exactly into detail on what I mean by that. But as I get ready to greet you guys and say hello, drop in the comments for me, how long have you been on your fitness journey? How long have you been on your fitness journey? Also, do me the huge favor, hit the bottom left share button. Share this video. Someone that's inside of your news feed can benefit from this information. On Monday, I just give information that anybody that's on their fitness journey could use this information and benefit from. So let me say hello, and then we're going to get right into it. Hello. Happy Monday, Miss Robin. Hello. Hi, Sangria. Happy Monday, Miss Carol. Happy Monday, Miss Denise, Miss Shanquita, Miss Melody, Miss Sabrina, Miss Tamika, Miss Erin, Miss Antisa. Miss Melody been on her journey for 2 years, down 120 pounds. You better do it. Whoop, whoop. Miss Carol, thank you for sharing. Hi, Miss Brenda. Happy Monday. Miss Tracy. Hi, Miss Erin. Happy Monday, everyone. Drop in the comments how long you have been on your fitness journey thus far. Happy Monday. Yes. So I want to get into here. Thank you so much for sharing and so forth as well. And yes. Okay. Awesome. One moment. Yes. Oh, and so if I did not say hello to you, that's why I'm like, what was I trying to say? If I did not say hello to you, Facebook did not let me know that you were here. So say hello to me so I can say hello back to you. Hi, LaShandria, Shamika. LaShandria been on her journey 2 years and 3 months. Erin's been on her journey 7 years, up and down, 210 pounds. You better kill it. Tracy's been on her journey 3 years, 90 pounds down. You better kill it. Hi, Miss Deborah, Miss Carmen, Miss Crystal. Miss Carol been on her journey for 3 years. Awesome job. Phenomenal. Okay. I've been on this journey of mine. Like all my life, right? All my life I had to fight, right? But literally I have, but for real deal, on this journey consistently, I thought it had been 9 years because it just seems like forever, all my life. But it's been 7. So it's been 7 years consistently on my journey. And when I say consistently, because we know that on our journey, like consistently doesn't mean like perfectly the scale is going the right way all the time and so forth. But when I say consistently, I mean like I may have a few days off, I may have, but for the most part it's like it's not weeks off and so forth. So in my book, that's still pretty consistent, because back in the day your girl could go a few months and like diet who, weight loss journey who, health who, and so so I would say a good 7 years. I am now about 240 something pounds down. Yes. And so but for today our topic is obesity is heavier than the scale. Obesity is heavier than a scale. And you may say, okay, Clarissa, what do you mean by that when you say obesity is heavier than a scale? Today, I want to talk about some of the common barriers to obesity And if you have my Finding Acceptable Balance book, you may have read some of these already, but want to go over some of these. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you for the love. And so one of the common barriers to obesity, and I'm not just going to go over the barriers, but I'm going to give you some tips as well to help you with them, right? I'm all about solutions. Like, it's one thing to put your problems out there, and then you kind of stuck, but it's another thing to tell you, okay, this is your problem, but let me tell you how I could possibly help you with this problem that you have. And that's what I'm about, right? Trying to be able to help us with some of the barriers or problems or struggles that we have when it comes to this weight loss journey. And so one of the common barriers to weight loss is depression. And I'm not going to go over depression today for the simple fact of we did a whole video last week on depression. And so last week we talked about the difference between depression versus sadness and some different tips on what you can do if you find yourself in that category, in those categories. And so, hi mama, I'm going to call you after this video. Go back to last week if you find that that's one of those things that kind of weigh down on your shoulders. Okay, but a few of the things that I want to talk about today, and if we don't get to all of them, I'll finish it up on another live because I don't want to make them so long. Okay, another one, thank you, Bree. Another thing, hi Miss Frankie. Another one common barrier to weight loss is fear. Fear. Fear of so many different things. Fear of getting started, fear of failing, fear of connecting, fear of trying new things, fear of asking for help, fear of receiving help, like just fear in general. Throw some hearts inside of the comment if any of us have ever been afraid along this journey. And a lot of times maybe we don't even necessarily recognize it as fear, but let me give you some examples of it. Like, let's say maybe we can't start, we getting ready to start something and we can't start it just yet because we just like, well, I don't know if it's gonna work, I don't know how it's gonna go. That's fear, because you think that you're not gonna be able to be successful, and so that's why you haven't started, because fear of you thinking you're not going to be successful. Or if we're inside of our Fab Work Sisters group and we have different activities where you're able to connect with your accountability partner or other sisters and so forth, and it's like, well, I don't know them people, so I'm not going to connect. That's fear. That's fear of being accepted a lot of times. But while we're not connecting and reaching out and taking advantage of the resources that's available, when we know that we want them, but we just like, I don't know. Fear of trying different new things. What was I at the other day? The other day, we took the kids to Off the Wall, which is like a trampoline park. And before we even got to the trampoline park, it's indoors, inflatables, 270 something pounds. And we're taking the kids to go jump on the inflatables. Like, y'all probably can finish my sentence right there, right? Marilyn's had some fear before. Rosa had some fear before. Stephanie had some fear before, right? But so we getting ready to go. And I've been to an indoor trampoline park before at my heavier weight. But this was prior to me injuring my knee. And so, I injured my knee back in 2019, and so I'm excited to take the kids. But on the same hand, I'm so fearful on the inside. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if my knee gonna act right, but I know I want to be able to go jump with my kids. And so I ain't gonna lie, like, I was fearful the entire day getting up there to get ready to go. It seemed like my knee hurted more this day because that's how fear will do though. But it felt like my knee hurted more this day than any other day, as the anticipation of getting ready to go jump on these inflatables. And then it went from the worried about the knee once we got there to, is this inflatable gonna hold my big butt? You know? And so, and then I went there, and sure enough, that thing, I'm 270, and that thing said it had a 220 capacity. And so I'm like, should I try it? You know? And so, but the fear of other people looking and the thing tumbling in, which it probably wouldn't have, because it's huge. It's huge. So many people can get in there at one time. Or the fear of me going up there and somebody saying, how much you weigh? You know, which I doubted somebody would have the guts to ask me and say something. But the fear was that crippling enough for, I was just like, I was happy to come to find out that when I paid for the stuff in advance, that I didn't pay for the trampoline, that I only paid for the arcade. Put it that way, okay? And so for y'all and for myself, here are some tips to help with fear as we continue to go along our journey with getting this weight up off of us so we can live our best life up to the utmost. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Fear of not finishing what you started. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And so, for one, you want to take stuff in small steps when you're doing it along your journey. Take stuff in small steps, especially if the fear is of like starting your journey, like wait until Monday, wait until the beginning of the month and so forth. You can take small steps. Like, it doesn't have to be a all or nothing type thing when you're getting ready to start your journey. It could be taking small cutbacks of certain things to eat. It can be taking small steps, one bite at a time. And so I was ready to just about bite it. I was ready to just about bite it and go. But when I read the weight capacity, so I'm like, it gave me my free pass. But I was ready to try it. But taking small steps and setting realistic goals for yourself as well when we're getting ready to go after this fear thing, you know, depending on what it is. Maybe it's fear of connecting with other people, you know. So maybe you start off small instead of you trying to go out and be the motivational speaker that's connecting with everybody. Maybe you'll start off small with just saying, let me say hi to the person that smiled at me in the grocery store. Let me start off small, you know, taking small steps. All right. All right, so the next one, besides fear, when it comes to obesity, can sometimes be heavier than just a number on a scale. How about sometimes we can feel hopeless, you know? Any of us ever felt like, I ain't gonna never reach my goal. Like this goal, this number that I'm trying to reach, like I just don't see it, you know? Have any of us felt that way? I know I sure enough have at one point. Felt that way that, thank you, Miss Jacqueline. Fear of people making fun of you like I don't have feelings too. Definitely been there. Definitely been there. I've definitely been there at one point. In my spirit now, like you can't tell me I'm not going to hit my goal. When? Not sure, but you can't tell me. But it was a point to where it just seemed impossible. It just seemed like an impossible challenge. And I just did not see myself ever hitting 299, 399, like any of it just never seemed like a one-day goal that I would be able to accomplish. And I didn't see the light at the end of the rainbow. And that's kind of hard to be able to have a goal and not be able to see yourself accomplish it. Because the biggest thing on being able to accomplish any goal that we want to accomplish is to be able to visualize yourself there. Like, if you cannot visualize yourself there, it makes it probably 90% likely it will not occur. And so it's so important to be able to actually be able to visualize yourself there at your goals. And I think once I started to be able to actually visualize myself there, that helped me to release a little bit of weight off my shoulders. It helped me to be able to relax a little bit. And then it also be able to help me to actually start moving closer there. And so, Mama said she's been there before to where she hasn't been able to, Michelle is my mom, guys, Michelle Hooks, to where she hasn't been able to see herself toward her goals. Fear of not meeting the realistic goals. Fear of not being able to accomplish things. And so we want things right now sometimes. I definitely understand, can relate. And so let me give you some tips on being able to increase your hope and being able to reach your goals, because that's very, 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 very important. All right. For one, we got to understand that you don't have to know how you're going to get there. You just need to know that you can get there. You have to be able to visualize yourself there at your goal. And a lot of times, one of the biggest things is our goals are not clear. There's so many sisters that I reach out to and I offer to help with goals, and what we want is not clear. You cannot obtain something that you don't know you want. That's number one. And then number two, when we're visualizing ourselves getting there, once we figure out where we want to get, we need a roadmap on how to get there. Like, I'm from Detroit. If I'm leaving from Florida where I reside to go to Detroit, I have my destination in mind. But once I know where I'm going, I need a roadmap. I need that what is it? That Google, Siri, that MapQuest to tell me how to get there. And so many of us, we set our goals. Thank you so much, Chandria. We set our goals, but we leave the MapQuest out. And we just running in circles, like we making left turns. That's it, left turn. And we all know that if you go and you continue to make a left turn, all you do is make left turns, you're running in squares or circles or whatever you want to call it. And so for one, we need the MapQuest once we figured out what our goal is. And for two, we need to really know what our goal is. And a lot of times, we think our goal is a number on a scale, and that's not your goal. Your goal is not to get to 220. Your goal is not to get to 150. Your goal is not to get to 300. That's not your goal. That's a number on the scale. What does 150 on the scale feel like for you? When you get to 180, what happens in life? That's what you need to visualize. Because for one, like I said in my book, Find Acceptable Balance book, if you woke up today and you were at your goal weight, right now, like I said, I'm 270. Goal weight is about 220. I'm good, like gravy right there, okay? And if I woke up and the scale said 220, now, honestly, I'm happy where I am. I'm happy where I am. The goal is to go get me a little tummy tuck, right? But let's say I was not happy with how I look right now. I'm not happy with how I look right now. And if I woke up and I weighed 220, my goal weight, but I still look like I weighed 270, I wouldn't be happy. Most of us wouldn't be happy. Like, it's not the number on the scale. It's not the number on the scale that we seek. If you weigh 350, but your goal is to get to 200, and you get to 200 pounds, but you still look like you weigh 350, you're not going to be happy. That's not going to satisfy you enough. Or, let's do this. you get down to 220, to 180. You look great. You look great. Because this, I've experienced this one right here. But you don't have the mobility that you want to have. Injuring my knee in 2019 really taught me a lot about mobility and so forth. And you know, even after you get the weight off, you know, because I had lost 100 and something pounds and gained some mobility and then lost it after the injury. And so it's not just the numbers on the scale. So let's say you get down to the goal weight, but that arthritis that you thought was going to go away is still there. The mental insecurities that you thought was going to go away just because you hit the number on the scale. Thank you, Mama. Just because you thought when you hit that number on the scale, you thought automatically the pretty switch was going to turn on for you. And it didn't leave right away, because now you lost the weight, but now you got the skin. And every time you get ready to go out, people looking at your arms and different things going on and so forth. And you didn't build the confidence enough to be okay with what you got going on now, you know. And so would you be okay? A lot of us wouldn't. It's not just a number on the scale. So we have to learn to visualize ourselves with what we want. And so when we're thinking about our goals, we put the number there because we got to have a number, right? But let's talk about, what activities do you want to do? Are you going to go certain places with your children? Y'all know I'm supposed to be going to get in these go-karts, right? Are we getting in the go-karts? Are we going jet ski riding? Are we going horseback riding? Like, right? Are we riding horses now that we don't have a weight capacity? Are we wearing halter tops? You know, what are we doing? Are we wearing halter tops? Are we wearing two-piece bathing suits and eyes are turning because we look all of that, not because they like, why you got that on? You know, are we energetic? Like, energy is on fleek. Like, we're running. We're going up 3, 4, 5 flights of stairs, not winded at all. Joints feel great. Like, this is what you need to envision when you're thinking about your goals. And this is what you need to call inside your atmosphere when you're thinking about your goals, because this is what you're going after. It's not the number on the scale. So I think I'm beating this one. I feel like I'm going at it a lot. But I hope y'all get that, because it's very, very, very important. Because in order for you to reach your goals, you have to see yourself there. And again, you don't have to know every in and out, but that's the whole purpose of vision boards and different things like that. Like, you don't have to know how you going to get this big old house with the pool in the front and that swivels around to the back with the jacuzzi tub in the backyard and the bathroom that looks over with the trees and the forest and the 6-figure salary and all that. You don't have to understand how you're going to get it. You just need to see it on a regular basis and see it so much that you can't see yourself without it. That every day you're going to work towards it, because you can't imagine your life without it. You can't imagine your life without taking your kids to ride the go-karts. You can't imagine your life without running up a flight of stairs without being winded. You can't imagine your life without looking fly in that halter top that every day you're going to get up and try. That's what I'm saying. Okay. And so the next thing on here, if y'all getting some value, drop value in the comment. Let me know. The next thing on here is isolation. Isolation. Obesity is heavier than a scale. A lot of us deal with isolation when it comes to this weight loss journey that we're on. And isolation can have you being around a lot of people but feeling alone. You can have so many people, so many families, so many loved ones but feeling alone. I remember at my highest weight, nobody knew how sad I was, besides my husband. But there was a long period before I had a husband, before I had him, to where I cried many, many nights, and I smiled in family's face, and everybody thought I was okay. And I could not share with them the hurt. I could not share with them the thoughts of suicide. I could not share with them I couldn't share with them all of that, because they knew Riri, which is my nickname, to close family and friends. They knew the motivational person that's always smiling, that's always loving, that's always there to give other people love and support. They didn't know that this overweight girl was miserable on the inside, was in so much pain and hurt. But really, when I go back and look at my pictures, I'm like, my eyes, if people really looked at me, my eyes told it all. Like, they looked sad. They looked sad. Like, my spirit looked sad. But however, isolation can have you around so many people, but you feel like they wouldn't understand, so I can't talk to them. What's the point of saying something? Because I know next month I'm going to mess up again. And so I'm not going to say anything to them, So I'm just going to keep it to myself. I can do this by myself, or feeling ashamed, or feeling guilty, or whatever reasons, right? We have different reasons for it. But isolation can have you with so many different people there, but for whatever reason, you cannot reach out. And so if you find that you're that way, I want you to really sit back and look around you and see, who do you have that can be your support partner? A lot of times when I'm with my coaching clients and I sit back and I speak to them and I listen, a lot of times we have family and friends that's there and that's willing to support. But it goes back to, one, did we ask? Because it's like, well, they know I need help. They know I'm on my journey. They know I'm trying. But did you ask? And then, do you know what you need help with? Most of the time, we don't know what we need help with. Right? I've talked about that several times in my video. Hey, sis. I talked about that several times in my video, that for one person, you might want somebody to say, whenever you see me eating something that I shouldn't eat, tell me don't eat it. And that's support for you. But for me, if you see me eating my Snickers bar and you ain't came and worked out with me last week, don't you say nothing to me about my Snickers bar. Because to me, you criticizing me. And so for me, that's a no-no. Like, don't do that to me, And so, but for somebody else, they might not want you to work out with them. They want you to say something about the Snickers bar. But as me being the person that need to support, I got to be the one to come to them and say, Miss Shay, sis, can you help me? Can you help me with my journey? I need you to help me with X, Y, Z. And you need to be as specific as possible. Now, not only are you asking Miss Shay for help, not only are you asking Miss Sharonda for help, but I need you to dig in your bag and figure out, how can you help them? Let's help each other. Maybe Sharonda has children that need to be picked up from school, and you see she's stressed out and she trying to do so much, and you be home chilling, and you got extra time that 2 days a week you can go pick her up, and you can say, you know what, sis, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, if you willing to go walking with me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because I know that you love walking. I know that you love walking. So if you can go walking with me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at a time that's convenient for you, on Thursdays and Friday at a time that's convenient for me, I'll pick up the kids for you. Both of us win. Now I'm willing to help you because you helping me, and we're willing to keep this support system going. Again, I talk about this in my book, how to get support and how to properly ask for support, how to know what you want, and how to make it to where both people benefit. Like, if you're asking me for support and I want to help you, but it's an inconvenience to me, the moment you're ready to back out, if it's an inconvenience to me, I'm like, ooh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy today she didn't feel like walking, because really I got so much other stuff to do anyway, because it's an inconvenience to me. But however, if it's something that's going to help me too, I'm like, come on, girl, you got to go walking, because I need you to go pick up these kids on Friday for me. That's how it is, okay? All right. The last one here, and then I'm up off this thing, is imprisonment. And a lot of times, isolation and imprisonment can seem like the same thing, but to me, it's a little bit different. Imprisonment is more so like you have the availability to do something, but you can't do it. Marissa, what you saying? Like, let's say you have the me in the trampoline park. Me in the trampoline park. I had the money to go. I had the time to go. I was there, but it was a weight limit. Maybe you want to be able to ride the horses. You have the money, you have the time, but it's a capacity limit. Or maybe you want to go take the kids out walking on the trail. You have the time. The trail is within distance of you being able to go. I'm glad you're receiving value, Shelia. Shelly. I hope I said it right, sis. Sorry. But however, because of your joints, you're not able to walk for far distances. Or you have to have a chair with you. Or you have to have a scooter, but you can't take a scooter on a trail. And so that's the difference with imprisonment, that a lot of times you can have the availability to be able to do something, but because of whatever reasons, maybe weight capacity, maybe immobility, maybe fear, whatever reason, we can't quite do it because of those reasons. And to be able to help with that, it's a matter of writing a bucket list. What do you want to do? And again, visualize that thing so much that you work towards it. And you say, before I walk off the face of this earth, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to work towards every day trying to do it, and I'm going to give this thing called life a fair shot every day. And I'm going to try to do this thing, I'm going to try to do this thing. Mama, abandonment is different because abandonment is out of your control. These things are more so things that we can handle within ourselves. Abandonment is more so somebody else leaving us. And sometimes we can't control what other people do, And so for abandonment, only thing I can tell you is dig deep within, love within, to whereas if somebody decides that they're going to pick up and walk away from you, that you're strong enough to know that if they decided to walk away, that maybe you were better off without them. That, if they had to walk away and leave you for whatever reasons, that God is going to make sure that you're okay. And He's going to make sure that all things happen for your good in the end, and that His children always has the last laugh, and that He's going to make sure that you come out victorious, and that you will be okay, and that your heart is healed, and that you'll be okay, but abandonment, we can't make anybody love us, we can't make anybody want us, and we can't count on others to make us happy. And we can't count on others for love. That comes from within. It comes from within. And then that way, if a partner decides that they no longer want to love us or want to be there for us, we still got the love right here. within us to where we're able to carry on another day, to keep going for ourselves, to where we don't find ourselves in a rut. And sometimes when we find ourselves dealing with having to separate from others, we can go through different emotions, and it's okay. It's okay to have different emotions. That's a part of healing. But it's not okay to let someone hurt you, and in return, you continue to hurt yourself. That's not okay. You got to love yourself no matter what. You got to put yourself first no matter what. So you go get beautiful, go get your hair done, go get you a nice outfit, take care of your health, do what you got to do to make yourself be here for years to come, and turn to the man above and keep going, and pray that he consoles your heart, that he consoles your heart, and that he gives you guidance, and that he gives you the next step on what to take and what to do, and that you're able to move at the right pace for the next thing to come, and that you're completely healed from whatever baggage that may have occurred within that relationship, so that when your next blessing comes, you're not you're not sabotaging it due to some baggage from previous relationships and so forth. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. All right, sisters. I love you so much. Love you so much. Hope that you guys receive value from this information here. It's been beautiful talking to you here on this Monday. I have some things that's in the works for us. And so stay tuned for that. It will be a special program that I'm doing. It will be limited seats available for that special program. But if you're finding like, man, this information that Rissa is giving that's dealing with depression and dealing with some of these topics, like I need this help more in depth, one-on-one, stay tuned to my page. I will be having a program that I am working on. Again, it will be limited space because it is going to be an in-depth program that's going to really dig deep down inside. That's going to help us to really be able to overcome some of these heavy stressors that's keeping us from being able to reach our goals. Okay? Love you all so much. Love you all so much. Thank you for sharing the video. There's someone that's in your newsfeed that needs to hear this information. And so thank you for being the person to spread this light to them people inside of your newsfeed. Love you so much. Love you so much. Glad that you was able to receive value. See you guys later. All right? Bye-bye.